All right. Are you guys sick of seeing our faces yet? This is the
All
third
right.
day we've gone live.
Third day in a row. All right. What's going
Some
on,
kind of
guys?
record.
What's going on, guys? Well, we're going to be trying to do a lot more of these going forward. Maybe not 3 in a row back to back, but we'll be trying to do these a lot more regularly, just so I can chat with you guys. And we'll be doing those primarily in Mighty Networks. It's just so much easier to talk to everybody, so much easier to engage with people. And the problem with Facebook is that it's not just the Den of Freaks. You get notifications for, whatever else you're engaged in. And a lot of times my feed just gets full of a bunch of junk that I don't care about. And so I've been looking into different alternatives, different social media platforms, and Mighty Network is awesome. It's basically a private clubhouse that you go there, and there's other authors there too. I'll tell you a little bit about, but you go into these little clubhouses. So, mine's the Den of Freaks. You go there and everything in there is just going to be whatever you want to be hearing about. So whether it's just new releases or whether you want to talk spoilers, you just kind of subscribe to whatever channel you want. They call it a topic. And then if you ever want to mute those channels, let's say Angel Dust comes out and you haven't read it yet, so you don't want to see the spoilers. And so you just click mute or unfollow until you're caught up. There's just different ways to do it. And then when you finish the book, you just click back into turn on those notifications and you'll start seeing them all again. Or you can click into that little room of the clubhouse itself and see all of them at the same time. So it just really streamlines everything about the Den of Freaks. And depending on each user, it takes out whatever you don't like about the Den of Freaks. So if you don't care about the memes and all the funny stuff and just random, topics or whatever it is that you're not interested in, if you don't like the Shade of Devil, then you don't have to hear about the Shade of Devil. You just kind of pick and choose whatever you want. It's like a buffet. So it's super cool. You don't ever have to leave to go see other stuff or go to the art group or anything like that. If you're kind of moderating, if you're multitasking and you're in the ARC team as well, you just click into the private room and you're in the ARC group. So it's just so much easier for everybody, so much easier for me to see. I was planning on being in there a bunch last night, but I couldn't because my wife's phone broke, and then mine's been acting screwy, so I had to deal with switching phones. So that was a good 4 hours wasted of my life that I had to do last night and today. So I didn't get to jump into Mighty Networks, but I plan on doing that throughout the weekend. Today, I'll be trying to catch up with all the messages and everything from all of you awesome people who have already jumped over there. And obviously all of you guys are here right now. So I think some people are coming in from YouTube though. Let me look here.
All of them are coming in from YouTube.
Okay, cool. So it's YouTube and Mighty Networks. That's it. So thanks for coming. Click around, chick around in the group and just kind of get familiar with it. I did a little terrible tutorial video yesterday trying to show everyone how to use it and sign up. I guess it actually worked out pretty well because I had kind of one of the bad experiences where it didn't recognize my email and all this stuff. So you got to see me just kind of click through it and it was pretty easy. So very simple. You go in there and then just watch that video. It'll show you how to, kind of click around and find the different topics and stuff like that. And then if you want to see other authors on the desktop, I believe, Lane, you can clarify, but I think you have to open a new tab, right?
For other authors, yeah.
Other groups that you're in. It's not just authors. There's other entertainers there. It's actually becoming pretty popular. So you'll probably find a lot of your hobbies and things that you're interested in on Mighty Networks. They're all just kind of building their own community. And so it's pretty cool. But I know KF Breen has a group over there. It's called Queen Breen's Book Court. I would definitely recommend going over there because she's awesome. You can check out her group. And then when you go into her group, you'll just see stuff for her group. So you won't see anything for the Den of Freaks. And so it's really cool. You just find out, whatever it is that you're interested in, that's what you get. You don't get any of the other ads or, political crap or, news or any of that junk. It's just whatever you're interested in. So I love that because that's the whole reason I'm on social media in the first place, is to follow the things I like. And I don't want to see the stuff that I don't like. So it works out really well for me. I know Shannon Mayer is also over there. She's got the Lair of Mare. You can check her out, and we'll probably post all this in here. And I think they're doing the same too. They're going to tell everyone about ours, but as we share a lot of readers. So CN Crawford is also there. Leah Stone. Those are the only ones I know for sure. I know there's a lot more, but I don't have them off the top of my head. But yeah, so basically you just subscribe to whatever authors you want. You can probably just search for the different authors and find them. But you just go to denofreaks.com to sign up. Definitely tell everyone in the Facebook group about it. Any of your other reader friends, this is where it's basically a VIP room. So if you want to have a better chance of, having me answer a question or me talk to you or be the first to hear about giveaways or new releases or secret projects that are coming up, it's all going to be in Mighty Networks first. It's just such a better system than trying to use Facebook and everything. So eventually I'll post the same stuff in Facebook, but you are going to have kind of first dibs at contests and separate contests probably, and just kind of first look at anything new that I'm working on, whether it's covers or teasers or anything like that. We'll probably do, like I said, we'll probably do videos fairly regularly over there, not 3 in 3 days, but we'll be doing them fairly regularly over there. We'll probably, I've been talking to other authors about potentially doing like a guest appearance where they come over and I chat with them. And then maybe I'll be going over to their groups and chat over there, talk about my books or them talk about their books in my group. So it's just a really cool kind of niche area for you to find out all the book stuff that you want to hear about and none of the other junk. So it's really cool. A lot of different ways we're going to utilize it. And I think that's pretty much it with me pimping it. It's pretty easy to sign up though. Did I miss anything, Lane?
No, I don't think so. It's growing fast. We have doubled numbers since yesterday. So
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, and that'll trickle in more and more. I know that everyone's kind of hesitant about trying a new social media platform. I just basically look at it like an RSS feed. You get direct access to the things you want, and then you get out. And if you want to go to Facebook, you can do that later. But if you just want to find out about the book stuff or the authors that you're talking to, or just ask me a question or ask some of these other authors questions, you have a much better chance of getting a response on Mighty Networks than with Facebook. Because I'll be honest, I hardly ever see. I get so many tags over there, and then they get buried under a bunch of notifications for news releases or whatever things that I just don't care about that are on Facebook, ads or whatever. And so I hardly ever see a lot of the questions that you guys ask me, or I see them really late. And so I'll respond to your question like 2 weeks later. It's just not convenient. The whole point of Facebook for me was to engage with the readers, and little by little, it was becoming less possible for me to do that. And so we just found a much easier way for me to do it here. So that's pretty cool. And I like it. I like it a lot. So.
One of the things you wanted to go over and just kind of remind everybody of, if they haven't seen it yet or didn't even know it existed, is our store online. It's argentobookstore.com. And I just posted that in the comments.
Cool. Yeah, we get a lot of people asking about that, trying to find out where to get signed books, where to get different merchandise. And Lane and I have been talking a lot about adding to that, whether it's different merch, different designs, different T-shirts, mugs, whatever it is. We're looking at it, and I think Lane either already did or he will put a topic in Mighty Networks that is just about merch specifically. So it'll have the link there, and it'll have, hey, if you have any ideas from the books, you love this certain quote or whatever, I think this would be a really cool shirt idea. You'll be able to post it there, and we can look at them and kind of have all of you guys helping us come up with cool designs at the same time. So you can do that over there. Just kind of give us ideas on what you think would be a cool shirt or a cool design. Yeah, it's all right there though. I actually, since I just got my new phone, I need a case, so I'll be going in there and getting a new phone case for that. So I actually texted Lane while I was at the place, while I was at Verizon, trying to figure that out. So he's like, "Yeah, man, we got it." So I'll be getting a new cover. All right, so there's that. I feel like there was something else that everyone wanted to know today. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. Oh, probably wanted to know who the winner was
Yeah.
from yesterday. I think that was the only other big thing that we had to talk about.
Yeah, I think that was it. We can probably just get off after that.
Yeah. Yesterday we did a giveaway in Mighty Networks, and we're going to continue to do those and kind of put them out. We'll put another giveaway in there today. You'll see it pop up if you go into topics and go into giveaways, that's where you're going to see it. So Simon Morton.
Simon Morton. All right, man.
Is going to be our winner from yesterday, where he roasted you. A whole bunch of people roasted you. And,
awesome.
And
cool. I can't wait to go in there and respond to all those. I'm probably going to troll back at you guys just for fun. And then if
you missed it, go ahead and go in there, read all the trolls that happen. They're hilarious. They're awesome. So
go into the Mighty Networks, troll me, and I will try to troll back everyone. Unless I can't think of anything, then that means you win. But I'll try to play around with that and respond to all those. I love seeing that. I love getting a little bit of humble pie. So perfect. Let's see here. And then Helen's saying that Dan took part in the trolling too. That's awesome. I was just talking to him on Messenger yesterday, I think. Yesterday or the day before. But all right. Okay, so I obviously know why everyone's really here. It's not to see me. I've got some people like, wait, don't forget this. Don't forget to talk about angel dust. No, so I'll announce that here in just a second. I've got some people asking about the ARC team. There's a possibility. So I'll back up again. The ARC team, they get early copies of the books where they can check for errors. They can kind of check for continuity and make sure that Nate isn't suddenly wearing a different colored shirt from one scene to the next, and, little things like that. But then they also really help with the kind of like the street marketing, where they just go out and tell everyone, hey, oh my God, this is so awesome. I love it because of this, or he's really funny, or you got to check out the series, whatever. So they really help me kind of market it. And I really appreciate everyone over there. We are going to be moving the ARC team over to Mighty Networks because it's just so clean and so much easier for me to see everything. And we're going to we're looking at ways to kind of revamp the editing process too, and just see if there's an easier way to do some of this stuff. Right now we're using Google Docs, but we'll see if we can kind of find a better way to do that. But it will be on Mighty Networks. So if you're in the ARC team, you definitely need to go over there. And I think that's about that. That's about it for ARC team. I know there's some other news that we'll be announcing, but we'll do that privately with them. Let's see here. So on that note, drum roll. Do you?
I have one more thing, actually.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Somebody asked about the Teespring merch link. Mm-hmm. We're probably going to end up getting rid of the Teespring site, so I wouldn't even worry about it. Most everything's duplicated anyways. All the stuff that's over there is also in the store that we just talked about. So that was just something that we were trying out at a time where during COVID, our not producer, but person that was making all the products and all that kind of stuff, they were running low on items. So we just went out to try to find somebody that could fill that gap, and the gap is now filled. So we won't be using them anymore.
Yep. So, and in any of the designs, like Lane said, any of the designs that were over there, they're already over at Argento bookstore, or we'll be likely moving them over there.
Yeah.
And then we'll be adding more stuff. So just go to Mighty Networks, go to I think it's called merchandise, that topic. I don't know, maybe swag or something. I don't know what it's called, but it's easy.
I haven't put it in there yet, but I will.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we'll be putting that in soon, but it's going to be really easy to find. There's like a main screen where you can just scroll through all the different topics. I think there's maybe 10 of them or something.
Yeah.
You just pick which ones you're interested in or click into them. And then that kind of pulls up its own little room where you can see everything going on in there. So we'll be putting it all there. All right, so Angel Dust, launching June 29th. So I'm super excited about that. Birthdays, family birthdays, in-laws, and then broken phones and a bunch of stuff kind of threw off my schedule a little bit. I was hoping to try and get it done in May, but I was unable to do that. So, but it will be June 29th. If there is any chance that I get it done sooner, then you will get a surprise announcement in Mighty Networks ahead of everyone else that it's going to be live sooner. So the pre-order was submitted today, so it'll probably be up tonight, tomorrow, something like that. But yeah, June 29th, so just before July 4th, so you'll be able to read it while you're blowing your fingers off and drinking beer and whatever else you're doing that day. But it's going to be awesome. You guys are going to love it. Angel Dust. I was just telling Lane about the opening scene, and and he just almost crapped himself. So, so you guys are gonna have a lot of fun. It's if you thought Halo Breaker was intense, this one's insane. So you're gonna have a lot of fun. And so one thing I didn't really make clear in Halo Breaker is that it actually takes place between. Oh my God, I'm so busy right now. It takes place before Savage. So it's kind of in that little break where Nate is on kind of like staycation. So while he's kind of hanging out with his Valkyrie girl, that window of like, I think it's a couple weeks is what I said, is when Halo Breaker takes place in Angel Dust. And so the events of Angel Dust, where it ends, kind of flows directly into Savage. And then obviously Dark Horse is coming soon. So you guys, it's all going to start tying together insanely. And I can't wait. I can't wait for you guys to read Angel Dust. I'm freaking out about it. So there's a couple things that I've put in there, a couple events for the Templeverse in general that even I've hesitated, like, oh man, that's big. Are you sure? And so that's one reason that I've been a little bit delayed, because I'm really just trying to make sure that I just don't do some crazy stuff, or if I do it right and do it well and tie it all together with the big Templeverse brand. So it's you guys are going to love it. So there's that. And then I don't have any dates on Cameron with Phantom Queen yet. He's juggling quite a few different projects right now. And he's also got, little personal life stuff going on. So a few tiny developments there. So we will probably have news on that pretty soon, but I can't remember when he's moving. Isn't it like August?
Man, I want to say yes, but I can't remember either the exact date.
Yeah. So
or even the month.
Yeah. It's basically end of summer, from what I remember, but he's going through all the crazy stuff. It's not just like he's moving a couple hundred miles away. He's moving overseas. So there's a lot of juggling and, legality stuff and passports and, all that fun stuff. So he's been super busy, still writing a ton, still working really hard, but he's multitasking quite a bit. But he's got some really cool stuff in addition to Phantom Queen that I can't wait to tell you guys about. Yeah. We actually had a meeting. I won't say the author's name, but we had a meeting with a big author in Kansas City. The only reason I won't say it is because I don't want to give away what kind of project it is, but that Cameron's working on. But big publisher / author in Kansas City that is gave us some tips and advice, and he's a good friend. So I'm pretty excited about what Cameron's got going on. So that's Phantom Queen, and then his secret project, and then I've got a secret project that I'm juggling in between all my releases. We'll be announcing.
I have a secret project, so we all have secret projects.
This is Lane's secret project. It's not a secret anymore. Mighty Networks. He's been juggling this the whole time.
That one's done now. Now I'm on to the second secret.
There you go. Lane's writing a picture book, but he's not very good at art, so it's going to be pretty bad. But we're going to sell it.
Hey, 6 figures work.
So that's a good question. Someone was asking, let me back up. I saw a couple good questions. Lori posted about virtual friendsgiving. We will be doing a lot of announcements and discussions on that in Mighty Networks. Mm-hmm. As we get closer. It's August, is it 6th and 7th, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that. we'll be discussing, kind of announcing everything we've got going on for that pretty soon. But it's got its own little topic in Mighty Networks, I believe. If not, we'll be updating that so that it's all there, so you guys can all see. Okay, cool. I didn't know if that was the private one with just the people host, like kind of running it. Yeah, so we'll be posting all that stuff in Mighty Networks first. And then some other people asked about other conventions. And so I've been hesitant to kind of commit to any conventions. I've gotten a lot of invitations. I've just been hesitant to commit to any, just because every state has different rules right now on what you can do and what you can't do. And I didn't want to commit to something and people get plane tickets and whatever, and then have to tell them I can't go, or, whatever. And so there are a couple that I'm looking at. I don't think Dragon Con is on the list just because of the dates, right? I'll have to look at that. I'm not sure about Dragon Con, but I'm entertaining it. We'll see. There's 20 books to 50K. That's November 5th.
Somewhere in November
13th. It's like early to mid November.
Early.
Okay, so early November. That's in Vegas. It's a bunch of fans go there too, but it's actually kind of an author convention with people who are new to becoming an author.
I think this year they're actually opening it up a little bit more to readers than it has been in the past. I think there's going to be like a signing day. Yep. And maybe that's something that they've done in the past that we missed a day or something, but I don't think they had done that in the past.
I think they were going to do it last year, and then I'm not sure what happened, if they did it or not. Obviously everything went crazy last year, but I think on Sunday, or maybe not Sunday, the last day of the event, they're going to do like a big book signing with all the authors that are there. But I'll most likely be there for multiple reasons. One, just to talk to all my buddies and pals and readers and authors alike. But at the same time, there's a project there that I'm involved in. I'm one of the, I don't even know what you call it, not co-founder, but I'm pretty heavily involved into a project called Hello Books. It's kind of like BookBub, but it's just kind of a more streamlined version of it that we're building. It's actually live right now if you go to hellobooks.com. But it's more geared towards the indie side, and so it's like a BookBub for indie authors, and it's just got a bunch of awesome stuff there. So I'm one of the founders there, and all of the other founders are going to be in Vegas, and we're all probably going to talk about it quite a bit. So Mark Dawson, Craig Martell, myself. I know that Mark's got his team of James Blatch and a bunch of people, but I'm not sure I don't think there's any other authors involved outside of Craig, Mark, and myself. But that's a really cool project. If you're an author, it's a great way to get some marketing done. So just go to hellobooks.com, check it out. And I'll probably do a post where I kind of go into more detail on Mighty Networks, where I'll tell you a little bit more about it, and how to use it and all that kind of stuff. But it's awesome. I love it. So I'll be in Vegas probably talking about that quite a bit as well. And then I thought there was one more. Wasn't there one more convention we were talking about, Lane?
Not that I can think of. Other than ours, the Dragon, 20 books. I think that's it. Okay.
If there's another one that you guys are interested in, let me know. But the thing about conventions is they're fun, but if it's a 2-day convention, it also takes 2 days to travel. And so that's basically a week of me not working or not seeing the kids. And so I try to space them out just so there's not a big gap of my writing. But if you are a new author, the 20 Books Conference is definitely the place you want to be. There's cover designers. Last year, well, I don't know if it was last year, but the year before, last time I went, Gene Malika was there. And so he was talking to a lot of authors. He was showing off a lot of my covers, a lot of other covers from other authors that he works with. There's audiobook narrators, Amazon representatives, Audible representatives. It's a huge deal. Michael Anderley runs it with Craig Martell. And so I got to speak to a bunch of people there on a couple different panels. And so you'll see a lot of familiar faces there. It's just kind of a cool weekend. So if you're a new author and you want to learn some of the secrets from some of the pros, or just people who have maybe gone before you, blazed the trail, You can pick all their brains, grab lunch with them, grab drinks, go to the little panels that talk about plot structures and writing stuff and marketing stuff and basically anything you want to know about indie publishing. So they also have a Facebook group that you can check out. If you have any questions, it's a great place to start. So
I'm seeing some questions that would be interesting to people. What's the update on Audible or audiobooks?
Yeah.
Sorry, not to stress you out is what they said. There was a little bit of delay. It's probably going to be early July when Halo Breaker comes out. And then we're hoping to have Angel Dust come out pretty quickly after Halo Breaker.
Yep. And that's kind of a ripple effect of COVID, honestly. A lot of people got disrupted in where they work or how they work, or maybe they're watching their kids now. And so a lot of narrators or editors or finishing or everyone's schedule got screwed up. And so we're super swamped. So it's just, everyone's schedule kind of got crazy. And so she's probably going to be doing both of them back to back. And then we're talking to Joel Richards about Nate Temple, like booking him so that we can hopefully get those at the same time. That's my goal anyway, is try and release audio, ebook, and paperback and hardback at the same time. The hardest part about that is you got to finish the book and then just wait for them to do their part. And so I can't release it when I want to release it. And I hate sitting on projects. But I'm going to try and do it. I know it's a big pet peeve of a lot of people. There's that. And then Shady Devil. We'll be scheduling that as well. So that the audiobooks can hopefully come out at the same time. So, and then we've got, so if you're here, don't post in Facebook about the Angel Dust release. Let's make them stew over it. That secret information that they don't. And if they want to know, they have to come over to Mighty Networks. So like I said, it's completely free. You can do it on app, desktop, whatever. There's no reason not to. So, and you get to see all of this. Maybe that's a reason not to go.
Not to.
Yeah.
But I've warned you about this.
So we've got suggestions for different places: Pittsburgh, Columbus. I saw Minnesota, Philly. I would love to do one on the East Coast. They're obviously a lot more strict in a lot of the bigger cities with just regulations and rules. So we'll look into all that. I know that there was a cool convention called PendCon in St. Louis. I don't know if they're doing that this year. I don't know what the rules are. Like I said, everything kind of went crazy with COVID. But the couple that runs PendCon is top notch. I loved working with them. They were really cool. So we'll see about that. I would think if everything kind of keeps going the way it seems to be going, that we'll be able to get back to these live events like friendsgiving in person. I would think next year for sure. And then once Cameron gets set up, I'm just going to tell him to set up the international friendsgiving. Yeah. So we can just host it at his house and we can just all sleep on his couch. I'm just kidding. But seriously. All right. Let's see here. So with our go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying lots of suggestions of places to go. St. Andrews, Scotland. That would be fun.
That would be awesome. And that would be very convenient based on where Cameron's moving. So I think I won't go too far into that, but I think that's very close to where he's going, if not exactly where. Let's see here. A
Templeverse cruise.
That would be cool. Unless you're planning to kidnap me, then that wouldn't be so cool. Nowhere to run now, Shane. Finish the book. All right, so we've got... Sorry, I'm rolling through the comments here. Argento itself has quite a few things going on in the background. We made the mistake of announcing some of those things last year, around the beginning of last year. And then obviously pandemic's kind of changed a lot of people's work schedules, like we were just talking about, and so a lot of those things kind of got put on halt for various reasons, and so we're trying not to announce projects before we know that it can all work out. So there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. We have at least 2 new authors, kind of 3 new authors outside of what everyone knows. So I'm really excited about those. We've already got covers. I've already got finished books. Just kind of verifying some of the deadlines, release dates. So yeah, there's some pretty cool things coming on. We're just, before we announce it, we're going to make sure it's all concrete. That way you guys aren't mad at us for lying to you.
But yeah, and I think, so with those, we're on each one of them, we're going to, at least the first 3 books in every new series that we release is going to be coming out very quickly. Basically within a month apart, probably, each book. So it's going to be a lot of reading coming your way, which I know you guys are excited about.
Yep. And ARC teams will be able to get their hands on it. I don't know if we're going to set up different ARC teams.
Yes.
We probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say we probably will. So when we announce that, we'll be announcing it. Guess where? Mighty Networks. So you come on over there if you're interested in applying to the ARC teams for those future projects. We'll probably set up when we're ready. It's not there yet. But when we're ready to announce that, we'll probably put it in Mighty Networks in its own topic, and it'll basically just be a raffle, I think, where we ask you why you want to be a part of it, if you've got any kind of editing experience or anything like that, and we'll open that up. So you definitely want to be on Mighty Networks, even if just for that. Let's see here. And Soren, so we were just talking about Shady Devil. That's immediately after Callie, after Angel Dust. And so I'm very excited about that. I was just talking to Lane about that. And there's a chance that I do 2 back-to-back for Soren, because I didn't mean to take this long between his books. I know how long it's been. It's frustrating to me too. It's more frustrating to me because I got to keep the story in my head without writing it. So what I was kind of hinting at, Helen asked about the UK Friendsgiving as well. We'd still make Cameron fly over here for the US Friendsgiving just to annoy him. But then we'll probably do a UK one right after it. So we'll probably be doing both of them if we can. Let's see here. Did I miss any questions yet? If you have any questions, post them. I should have told you that in the very beginning. Where did you get the lion picture behind you? I can't remember.
Online.
It was on the internet. I can't remember if it was Canvas Cultures or if it was Iconic. Do you remember, Lane?
I don't think it's Iconic, but
I think it was Iconic. I'll find out. I'll find out and post it in Mighty Networks. I've got the receipt somewhere. I'll look for it. But it's a site that has a whole bunch of cool stuff like that. And I've always loved, just kind of edgy art like that. So when we get to the new office, I'll probably actually be hanging things up. So you don't have to look at it on my floor anymore. Let's see here. So Jenna says, I was wondering why Nate's last book didn't mention certain things that happened. Yeah, so Nate in Savage, that obviously Savage happens after Callie's Halo Breaker and Angel Dust, but he has no idea what's been going on in Kansas City. And you'll see why in Angel Dust. No one knows what's happened, but you did notice that a lot of kind of militarized police were around St. Louis, and Nate wasn't entirely sure why. He thought it was because of something he did, but maybe it's because of something Callie did. So, proving how evil you are once again. Yes. So if you're coming in late, Angel Dust is coming June 29th. The pre-order should be live. We've already submitted it, so it should be live, I would think, tonight. You never know with Amazon. They tell you 12 to 72 hours, so you never know how long it's going to be. But June 29th is the pre-order date. Try to keep that your little secret. I know we're on YouTube right now, so it kind of defeats the purpose. But just don't tell anyone in the Den of Freaks on Facebook. Keep it a Mighty Network secret so we can troll everybody over there on Facebook. And then I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. We're not getting rid of the Facebook group. It's not going anywhere. We're not shutting it down or anything like that. It's just it's not as efficient for me to actually engage with you guys. So I'll still be over there. I'll still be responding as much as I can. But if you really want to guarantee one-on-one time with me, or actual responses from me, Mighty Networks is your best bet, and you get early access to everything. So much better. Let's see here. Tons of questions, or tons of comments. I'm seeing if any of them are questions. Yep, so Lorraine asked about ARC stuff. There will be Templeverse ARC, Soren ARC, and ARC for new authors. Yes, that is correct. I know a lot of people have just gotten frustrated with us. A lot of people have just gotten frustrated with Facebook, whether it's, everyone's got their own reasons, but there's reasons that kind of apply to everybody, where your posts get randomly deleted for using a word that's suddenly not allowed anymore, or your post being misconstrued as to mean something you didn't mean at all. I know we've had that a couple times in the Den of Freaks, and they would end up thinking that the moderators deleted their posts, and that wasn't the case at all. It was something that Facebook did without even telling us. Their algorithms just kind of taken over, and so I wasn't a fan of that. As long as you follow the rules I put there, which is basically don't be an asshole, you're fine. So if you're an asshole, I'll tell you, or one of the moderators will tell you. I don't need Facebook to babysit you guys. So I wasn't happy about that. So
let's see. So ARCs, no, you don't have to re-sign up. There's questions if they're already on the ARC, do they need to do something? No.
Yep.
And so Templeverse ARC and Soren ARC, I can't remember. We don't have a separate Soren ARC, do we?
No, I don't think so.
I think so
right now, but it might get a little busy though. Yeah. And I know everyone's busy anyway. And recently I haven't given you a ton of time to read the books, and I'm trying to fix that as well. So we'll probably be breaking them up, and you can possibly still be in multiple. I mean, if you're doing everything we ask you to do in one of the ARC teams, and you've got time to read more and do the same job in another universe, and we like everything you're helping out with on the Templeverse ARC, then yeah, maybe we'll open you up to the Soren ARC or some of the new authors. It's not necessarily a one and done. You just have to make sure you do what we ask, whether it's reading the books on time and everything like that. So, are the new books in the Templeverse or Sorenverse? Not
new
sure.
Books that you're. I'm thinking they're referring to other authors and stuff like that. So no.
Yeah, the other authors are going to be their own thing. I'm the only one who writes in the Sorenverse, and for 2/3 of it, I'm the only one who writes in the Templeverse. Cameron writes Phantom Queen, but the rest of it's all me. And so there will be other projects with other universes. I'm too, I don't know what the word is, too controlling to let anyone jump into any of my universes unless I'm just blown away by their writing. So they just kind of have to have the right voice, and it's really hard to find a voice that's like mine. I don't know. I'm pretty unique in the way that I write things, and so you can be a great writer, and I still might not think you're the right fit for the Templeverse kind of tone. So we'll see. But I know Hunter's working on a ton of stuff too. Would you or other authors be willing to talk to school kids in the fall? I would love to. I can't speak for anyone else, but I'm sure they would be interested as well. I've done this, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. Basically, anytime anyone asks me if it's within range, like driving distance, I do it. I've done some, I can't even remember what city that was in. I've done some virtually. I've done some here in Missouri. I think it was like Monette. I can't remember where it was. Buffalo? Do you remember where that was?
I don't remember that one.
Was it like
I remember? Yeah, and the one that you recently did virtually.
Yeah, I did one virtually, and that was here in Missouri too, I believe. I think they were in St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah.
St. Louis, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, they gave me an awesome bag. Fusion Academy, I think is the school name.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me an awesome goodie bag for talking to their kids, and they were like some genius level kids. So it was really cool to talk to them. So yeah, anytime if you guys, if you are part of a school, or, you think it would be helpful for, a self-published author to kind of talk to them about a career option as a writer, or just writing in general. Yeah, I would love to. I absolutely love that kind of stuff. So I would just shoot Lane an email. Is Cameron going to make it to virtual Friendsgiving? He's such a busy boy these days. We actually hired a private detective to follow him around on camera.
Well, just to find him.
Yeah, just to find him. But he's gonna be at virtual Friendsgiving whether he wants to be or not. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Shady Devil series, excellent reading. You guys, the thing I feel bad about is how book 3 ended, because I meant to do book 4 really quickly after that, and then life kind of just took over. But you guys are gonna love. I think anyone who's upset with me is gonna really like what happens in book 4. You'll see. I'm not going to clarify what that means, just in case you haven't read it. But let's see here. No more partly. Not sure what that is. Yeah. No more partly. I'm not sure what that means. Old RC. You know what that means, Lane?
I do not.
I'm not sure if he's joking or if that means something. He's not talking to me. That's why. Gotcha. All right. Always have time to help the Argento team, Helen. Thank you so much. I know you are. Let's see here. Cool. Yeah, basically, if the Shady Devil, some people are asking about it, maybe they haven't gotten to it yet. Shady Devil it's such a cool series, especially where I'm going with it. And you saw in the most recent Nate Temple book, I even troll myself about the Shady Devil series. So basically, I take the first vampire ever known in the world, and that's based on real research, actually. A guy named Ambrosio in ancient Greece. That's the first recorded vampire story that I've been able to find that's verifiable. And so I just made his name Soren Ambrosio. But basically, he kind of lives life. Obviously, he's immortal, but a bunch of stuff happens in his life, and he gets put to sleep for like 500 years during kind of the Civil War area, the colonial times. Well, before the Civil War, colonial times, pre-colonial times. And he wakes up in modern day New York City. And obviously, technology, everything is just so much different from, living in the woods with Native Americans. And so I get to bring in a lot of cool Native American lore without just kind of doing it as a throwaway. Like there's so much going on in the Templeverse that I didn't really feel like I could do it justice, because there's already so much going on in the Templeverse that just kind of doing a Native American side story, or, throwing in a god without really kind of giving it the background that it demands. There's so much cool stuff in the Native American folklore that I really wanted to touch on. And so I put that in the Soren Ambrosio, the Shaded Devil series. And so his whole thing is to find out that when he wakes up in New York, that Dracula stole his name, his reputation, essentially, as the first vampire when he wasn't. And so it's all about becoming the devil of New York and taking over his reputation again. So it's really cool, really violent, really funny. Just kind of a darker tone than Nate, but you'll have a lot of fun. You'll recognize a lot of the same humor from Nate, but Soren himself is a lot darker. And then I think
someone asked about the Shattered Halo.
Yeah, Shattered Halo. Do you have that picture?
I think so. Give me a second.
Hold on, I clicked something wrong. If you've got it, that'd be awesome. I don't have it handy. I don't think. I'd have to open up a bunch of secret folders and show everyone all the story notes. Oh, there you go. So this is the cover for Shattered Halo. Obviously, we haven't put the titling on there and everything. That's going to be an origin story about angels. Yeah, I guess you could call it an origin story. But it's going to be really cool stuff that I've only kind of touched on with the recent Cali book with Halo Breaker. It's going to really dive into some of that cool, Dead Sea Scrolls stuff, but it's going to put you in the mind of one of those famous characters. So you are one of these angels, and you get to see everything play out, and it's super cool. I'm really excited about that one. But that one's probably going to be 2022. I've got a lot to catch up on with Templeverse and other authors and Shady Devil. I don't want to spread myself too thin to where I keep taking long breaks in the series that you guys do like. So, but I'm itching to get started on that one. So you guys are really going to like it. Nobody cares, right? Faster. Is that a shirt yet?
No, it's not yet.
Oh, okay. So
I'll get it on there and I'll post it in Mighty Networks.
Perfect. Yeah, as I say, I told Lane to make that a shirt that we can get people. Will this be an origin story for some of the angels in Cali's story? Mary Elaine asked that. Yes and no. It's not part of the Templeverse, but it will be some of the main characters, obviously, because it's talking about archangels and stuff like that. So you will hear different takes on some of those stories, and some of it, could be parallel to what you saw in Cali's book. So I'm not gonna give you a yes or no answer on that. You'll see. But it will be the major players of the angelic dynasty and demonic dynasty. Is Soren going to show up in the Templeverse? The two series won't cross over, but I could keep trolling back and forth for fun, or have Nate in a bar in New York and Soren walks in, but they, you know what I mean? Like the readers would know, but Nate wouldn't. I could do something funny like that. I might. I'm always entertaining that. It's kind of breaking the fourth wall stuff, but they're two different universes, so no. Shane, are there any temple guardians in the sanctuary? Yes. I'm not going to clarify too much on that. Yep. So I think they're talking about Shattered Halo.
Mm-hmm.
I think someone just said, please use the non-biblical angels mentioned in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's definitely going to tie into the Dead Sea Scrolls. And I think it's not Ezekiel scrolls. It's
I don't know. The scrolls are the Book of Enoch and
Enoch. There you go. Jesus, I don't know why I couldn't remember that. It's going to have the Book of Enoch. It's going to have a whole bunch of cool stuff that's not typically talked about very much. I've been doing a ton of research on that, so you guys are going to have a lot of fun with that. And yes, I did read the Book of Enoch several times. Maybe he'll put the Were Platypus in Shattered Halo. I forgot where that started.
Larry was talking about the Were Platypus in the comments. Yeah. I've been ignoring them all, but everybody's getting a kick out of it right now.
It's popped up in the Den of Freaks. And I think Larry, or God, who was it? I don't think it was Divine. It was someone that's always starting shit. And so I'll probably do it. I just didn't want to give them too much attention, so I could surprise them if they hadn't seen the post. But we'll see. Let's see here. So I think if you have any questions, post them. I'm just answering questions here. So if you have any questions about Mighty Networks, Angel Dust, any of the other projects, and we'll probably be doing, Lane and I have talked about trying to do, kind of like a back and forth live video with some of the other authors too. So, Hunter, getting him on, talking to him about his projects, his books, getting to see all that hamburger meat in the bathrobe. It's always something I like to do. So we'll be,
he just finished the first draft of the newest book, so.
Yeah, I already asked him if he's done with book 9 yet, but he didn't.
Crack this guy.
Yeah,
that's not book 9, but book 8.
No, I know that's why I asked him in his post about book 8. I said, "What about book 9?" So
where's the link for Mighty Networks?
So
I will put it in the comments here.
It's in the Den of Freaks on Facebook, so you can see it there. We should make sure we pin that to the top too. The link for Mighty Networks if we haven't already, so that everyone sees it as an announcement. But we'll make sure it's posted everywhere. But it's just the Den of, or sorry, is it the Den of Freaks.com? It's just denofreaks.com, right?
Yeah.
There's no the.
There's no the, but I'm not 100% sure if you can actually get to it quite like that.
Well, I think it'll ask you to get an invitation or whatever.
Yeah.
You can just request one. And so if you sign up for Mighty Networks and it says your request is pending, it's technology stuff. It has nothing to do with us verifying if we want you in there. We'll let you in. It's more just kind of a tech thing where they got to verify some stuff, or a mod has to approve every now and then. It did it to me yesterday too, when I made a dummy account. I had to get approval, and I think Paige is the one that gave me approval, which is funny. What's the link for Mighty Networks? Just answered that one. We'll be posting it. Yes, will friendsgiving be back to going in person eventually? Absolutely. We had hoped that things would get normal for this year, but it's not going to happen. Just different states. Some states are open, some are not. So we don't want to.
Yeah, and when we were doing the first planning for it, nothing was certain about this year. It was looking more positive, but we didn't want to get to the point where we had all this stuff planned and then something happens and we actually would have to change everything. So we just decided to do it virtually this year, with all plans leaning towards being back in person next year.
Yep, that's the goal. So yeah, we'll be doing that live next year most likely, unless some asteroid hits Earth or something, whatever. Some other crazy thing happens. But yeah, that's what we're planning on. Yep, don't worry, Quinn's coming back. Cameron's already getting really itchy about it. So
someone asked, even if you go back to in person for Friendsgiving, will you still have some virtual? Yes, we'll work something out. That there'll be portions of it that would be virtual. Timing will probably be a lot different.
Yeah.
Because in person it's an all day kind of thing. Yeah. So there might be, like, in the morning would be like a Q&A or something like that. We'd definitely get that on virtual.
Yeah, we basically have to have essentially a film crew there, which we've talked about. Just got to find a way to make that feasible and doable and all that kind of stuff. So I would definitely like to do that. So take away Cameron's Instagram until we get a Quinn book. Yeah, we need to make that a shirt. I like that. Let's see here. Is it upgrade? So Julie asked, is it possible to upgrade my winning book into a personalized copy from Shane? It's something I'd really love. Absolutely. We can do that. So Julie, just, I'm not sure what she's talking about.
I know.
You do? Okay. I'm saying I don't know which book she's talking about winning. It's from yesterday, today, whatever. But, we didn't even mention that. The giveaway for today.
Yep.
So I'll answer Julie's thing first. So yeah, I can personalize that. I'll talk with Lane and figure out which book it was and all that, and I'll personalize it. Definitely. And then for the giveaway today that we should have mentioned in the very beginning, we talked about the other ones. Go into Mighty Networks. Is it the Dueling Grounds? Is that where we're doing it, Lane? Or no,
nope.
Giveaways.
Giveaways.
So go to the giveaways section of the Dueling Grounds, the topic, and post 2 truths and a lie, and then respond to a bunch of people on what you think they're lying to you about. So just tell us 3 things about yourself. 2 of them are true, 1 of them's a lie. You can be funny with it. You can be really sneaky with it. You can do whatever you want, but just have some fun. And I'll jump in there too. I'll try to call people out on what I think is the lie. We'll see how good I am at it. So that's all you have to do to enter the drawing. And we'll be announcing that winner in Mighty Networks. Probably it'll be this weekend. I just don't know if it'll be tomorrow or Sunday, to give people time to kind of goof around with that. But if you're already here, make sure you post in the Den of Freaks how awesome you like Mighty Networks, how much smoother it is, how you don't have, the distractions of all the other Facebook junk, and how it's just a cool clubhouse. You don't have to worry about all the drama that you don't like about Facebook or whatever it is. So Kara Simpkins asked, do I do cameos at all? I think, are you talking about my books? Because I've definitely done a lot of them in the books. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know what she means. Let's see here.
She might be. I don't know if she is talking about it, but there is that. I think it's called Cameo.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I don't have an account, but yeah, I'd be fine with that. I think that'd be cool. We actually considered getting some cameos for fun, just to see how cool they were. We'll look into that. I don't know. So where do we put our truth and our lies? So if you go to Mighty Networks in the Den of Freaks, there's going to be a topic called giveaways, and just go in there and post. Say, hey, this is Lorraine.
Go in there, find the post I just did, and you can comment on it. I'll add a picture to it so it's a little bit easier to see, but I did it while we were talking here.
Yeah, perfect. So there will be a post at the very top from Lane, and just in the comments, just put it there. And Suzanne says, I volunteer to help with tech stuff. Awesome. I will remember that. Hey, Carla, shoot me an email so I can make sure I'm answering your stuff right. Still haven't seen you, darling. You really are. I hope it's in this book. Are you talking? That's funny because I tease you about that in Halo Breaker. Callie sees them transform, but then something gets in her way and she can't see who they are. So she's really annoyed about it. And that was really to the readers because I know they are annoyed by it. Let's see here. Then Kara Simpkins says she can help with tech stuff. That's cool. Awesome. I will keep note of all that because we are growing very rapidly. And so just write your name down. All right. So people are saying they have the audio, but not the video. I'm not sure what that's all about. Stupid auto cucumber, Larry. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'll be jumping into Mighty Networks today, just to kind of hop around and respond to everybody and comment away and just kind of hang out with you guys. So you might see me do it as Wayne Slivers. You might see me do it as Shane. We'll see. But I'll be jumping in there and playing with you guys. It'll be fun. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much it. I think I've gone through all the questions. If you have any more, just go to Mighty Networks and there's different topics that you can post your questions in. Whether it's about spoilers or whatever. Just find the topic that most aligns with whatever you want to ask, put it in there, and I'll do my best to jump in there, or someone else will and answer it. So I'm going to be playing around in there a lot this weekend. So it'll be good.
Well, might as well go ahead and mention it since everybody's on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube page. That way you can get notifications when things happen. We're going to be moving a lot towards YouTube and those kind of things.
Yep. We'll be doing a lot
and
of
especially
stuff.
Mighty Networks. We might integrate something into Mighty Networks where all the lives just go through there. But we'll definitely keep you guys up to date on what's happening.
Yep. Yeah. Any kind of new announcements or new releases or any kind of new information, it's going to hit Mighty Networks first. So make sure you go over to the Facebook group and tell everyone, hey, we found out the release date today. If you want to find out, go to Mighty Networks. If you want to get first looks at some of these videos and stuff, go to Mighty Networks. You're going to get first looks at covers, all that kind of stuff. Mighty Networks is the place to go. So definitely tell everyone about it because, again, Facebook doesn't notify everyone of every change in the Den of Freaks, or even on Facebook in general. And so make sure, I would love it if you guys could please just kind of tell everyone, hey, come on over to Mighty Networks, get a lot more chain there. So I think that's pretty much it. Is there a backstory on angels being split into 3, or did you make that up in your crazy mind? I came up with that all on my own, just based on a lot of philosophy and just kind of psychology stuff. And I thought it was a cool way to take it. I don't think anyone's ever written about that. I definitely didn't get it from anywhere. All right, so yeah, make sure you go to the giveaways section in Mighty Networks, go to Lane's post, and then do 2 truths and a lie about yourself, and just have some fun with it. And all of us will jump in there and play along as well, and call you out on lies, and see if we can guess right or wrong or whatever, and just have some fun. So it'll be good. So, all right, guys. Looks like some people are going to karaoke. Larry's got an end day. Don't know what that means. Sounds awesome. Thanks for inviting me. Let's see here. So if you're on Facebook and you're trying to see this, it's because we didn't put it on Facebook.
Yep.
We don't want to tell everyone all the super cool stuff on Mighty Networks. They have to come over there to see it. Obviously, the back door is YouTube. I think you can just see it there. So
yes,
we let that one through. But
YouTube page.
Yeah, so there's one is personal, and I think I made it by accident. It doesn't have anything, I don't think. But I think it's Shane Silver's author, right?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it's just Shane Silver's.
Yeah,
it's just Shane Silver's.
Okay, so if you'll see, it's got videos in it. I think it's got a gray picture of me.
Yes, great, black and white.
Or black and white, yeah. It's got a black and white picture of me with like my signature across the banner. That's the one. And you'll see a bunch of videos there. The other one's just one that I accidentally made while I was trying to figure out how to do the official one. So yeah, that one probably, I don't even think it has anything in it. So
happy birthday, Tammy.
Happy birthday, Tammy. All right. 22. All right. Oh, B-Day picnic. He said N Day. He said he has to go because it's N Day. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but it sounds awesome. Perfect, guys. All right. Well, I'm going to jump off here, and I've got a whole bunch of writing to catch up on. Carrie asked a good question. Is Shane Silver's your real name or your pen name? Believe it or not, real name. So
I don't believe it.
Real name. And funny story on that. My mom almost named me Sterling, which would have been terrible. So Sterling Silvers, basically dinnerware. So I'm glad she didn't pick Sterling. Let's see. I think that's about it, guys. If you have any other questions, just jump into Mighty Networks. And like I said, I'll be hopping in and out of there all weekend, tonight as well. I'm getting back into writing for the next couple hours. But I'll probably jump into Mighty Networks first and click around and talk to some people for a minute. But then I'm getting into Angel Dust, and then I'll basically be living on Mighty Networks this weekend, on and off. So I will be there. You guys can chat with me, ask me personal questions, whatever you want. I'll be there. All right, guys. Well, this has been awesome. Tell everyone about Mighty Networks. Check out the store. Keep Angel Dust a secret for the next couple of days. I'm probably gonna wait till Sunday to tell everyone on Facebook. They're gonna find out anyway, but we can terrorize them as much as possible. So yeah, that's a good idea. I might do Sterling Silver as a cameo and just have him get like brutally hit by a bus or something, like right after he does something cool. So perfect. How long do I usually write? Last question. How long do I usually write each day? If it's a writing day, I can do up to 20 hours. If it's a day when I'm juggling a bunch of other stuff, I might not get to write. So it's just kind of hit and miss. But typically I want to try and do like 5 to 6 hours a day. Doesn't always happen, but that's it. All right, guys. Well, I will talk to you soon, and I will see you in Mighty Networks. Thanks for coming.
Have a great weekend.
All right, and we'll announce the winner for today's Truth or almost said Truth or Dare, not Truth or Dare, Larry. Two truths and a lie. We'll announce that winner probably Sunday. Does that sound good for you, Lane?
Sure. Yeah.
We'll just post an announcement there. It's not like a live
That'll
or
work.
anything.
I've got to take my secret board from back behind me. When I swivel my chair, you can almost see all my secrets.
It's actually just a bunch of lies. We put it there just so the readers are like, oh my God, what does that say?
What was that? I'm going to pause it.
Screenshot it. Just a bunch of crazy stuff that Shane's working on. None of it's true. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, I will see you then. Have a great weekend, great Memorial Day weekend, and I will see you in Mighty